Hey, how you doing today, Ms. Banks?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. Good. Second meeting since the first one. So, the last time we met, we talked about um, action plans and everything that you were dealing with. So, being unemployed, um, transportation, and better housing for you and your family. So, well, first of all, how are things been going with motivation, motivating you oneself? I know last time self-esteem was an issue.
Yeah, my self-esteem was kind of low because I feel like I was getting turned down for jobs and stuff, so that was kind of hard. But I did find a job that's like willing to work with me, but first they would like me to go back to school and make sure I get a diploma or my GED.
Okay.
I want to go back for my diploma. There's a job, a receptionist job, that is out there, and they told me they will work with me if long as I get my education. So I have a job, but the conditions were I have to go back and get my education. I have to show them proof of that.
Okay. So with that being said, that's a very important step that you want to take to
Yes.
getting, obviously, getting your education. Okay. I'm sorry. I
It's
did
okay.
not.
I don't have nowhere to go.
No, I don't recall mentioning that was an important aspect in the last meeting. I don't remember recalling mentioning, receiving a GED.
It's okay. So a lot we talked about like I gave you my whole life story and stuff. So it's okay.
So how are things, with tying into that? How are things with finding transportation? I know that was an issue with.
Transportation wise, it's still kind of hard on that. So I'm still trying to figure out maybe save up to get a car. But right now, I'm trying to see maybe I can find some relatives that will actually lend me a car or lend me their vehicle on certain days.
Okay.
Or try to stay in town maybe with some relatives, and so I can actually maybe walk or be near some trying to transportation like bus or train or something.
Until you get to that.
Yeah, until I can get to that point.
So as far as finding, well, the first step is a GED, and then the job, and then hopefully with income, we call it affordable housing program, which basically accepts vouchers, Section 8, but you have to have income. But with the vouchers, as long as they accept vouchers, you're okay, and you can move in. Not better than, I'm not gonna say the trailer. I'm not gonna say what they call it, but it's better than that, and it's a little more room. Not a house, but apartments.
So we'll have heat and electricity.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember you talking about
Okay.
that. You told me to let you know, like for this current meeting coming up. I remember you told me to let you know how that situation was going on. Yeah, and I actually have started the paperwork on that, like you told me to do. Make sure I go to them and talk to them, actually find out what it's about and how do I need to get on it. So I actually have filed the paperwork. So I'm just waiting on something that they told me I would have to go somewhere else, maybe live there for a little bit, and then come back here. But yeah, I filed the paperwork, just to let you know on that.
Okay. And how did that go? Like, how was
the process?
Yeah, how was the meeting?
It was very little stressful, out of the norm. Not used to really asking for help, so it's kind of different situation for me. But the lady was very nice. She helped me through the process. Some of the words I didn't understand or comprehend a little bit, she explained it better to me to make sure I know what I'm signing and what I'm agreeing to and see. And that process told me how long it would take for me to get a answer back from them.
Okay. So decent.
It was decent. Yeah.
But next is evaluation. I'm going to evaluate tracking your progress. Your progress for money has not started because you haven't found a job yet, but you have shown tremendous amounts of progress in filing the paperwork for the better housing, and transportation. You've come up with some good ideas about possibly a bus line or going to stay with relatives closer to town. So that's definitely a check. Very, very proud of you on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. As far as advising, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you're taking one step at a time, or do you feel like everything is overlapping?
I feel like you set me up with the skills taking one step at a time, basically focusing on one issue before I allow another issue to come in and then interrupt and get so stressed out where I can't understand what's going on or what causes me to become depressed or angry or like where get myself burnt out over a situation. Just take one step at a time. You told me look for basically worry about education, where I can find a job, and then focus on adding it in, but don't make something my main goal first, and then complete that off, and then go to the next one.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's good because with the advising, step of the process, I wanted to make sure you were taking one step at a time because it can become overwhelming on your mind trying to tackle everything at once. I learned that from experience. So that's a good thing. I just wanted to share that with you, which you already, had the mindset to do. So, and so it's going back to education, the process of attaining a GED, as you know, most jobs require that.
Yeah.
And
I'm going for my high school diploma.
Gotcha.
I don't want the GED.
Okay. Well,
So, I was trying to go back to school, but then I don't know how about that. So I might lean towards the GED and see how that works.
okay. Well, either option. Most jobs require it. Even your minimum wage, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Burger King.
The receptionist job told me that I was telling you about in the beginning. They said they said they preferred, but the requirement for them to hire me would be a high school diploma or GED. Then the preferred for more money it would be college degree. But they said the requirement for them would be a GED or high school diploma. So you was right. I had to get some type of education. I just can't just go out there and get a job like that. They would like to see you have some type of schooling behind you before they hire you.
Yes, and with you knowing that, I find a lot of beauty in hearing that come out of your mouth, that you understand that you need to, that's the first step before I know money's running dry. A lot of people living in one living arrangement, but hearing that from you is nice that you understand that, because that's one of the steps too, is understanding the process and what comes before something else to get to the next step. Like I said, the domino effect.
The domino effect.
In a good way. Yes. So how are you feeling? And this is we're responding with immediacy, with everything happening so fast. Like I said, money's drying up fast. How do you feel about the progress with everything?
I feel like we're accomplishing the goals that you're actually working with me from where I'm at the moment. And I feel like very good about our relationship and how I can be open with you if I don't like something, or how we can change something if I don't feel like that's the right type of way that I would like to go or accomplish stuff. So I feel like very good in my progress and how we can make better progress later down the road.
And that's that's good to hear coming from you, because feedback matters. Social work with change agents, and so I want to know, how do you feel? Do you feel like I'm doing the best possible job I can with assisting you?
Yes, I totally agree that you're doing the best that you can, and if I wasn't, I would definitely ask for a new social worker.
Because I know you shared previous.
Yeah, Mrs. Buddy Banks, I will let you know. I will definitely let you know. So you do not have to worry about that. I
Okay.
think you're doing a very good job.
I appreciate it. It's my job. Um, as far as focusing, I just want to say you're here with me. You know, I've had other clients on the phone looking all here there, but I just want to say you're one of the first clients that's right here.
I have to be. We have to be here because at the end of the day, my life is at stake. So I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna waste my time. So we gotta be here.
I appreciate that. And do you feel like I'm with you? I'm not.
Oh yes, you've been totally listening and asking me, making sure that that's the way you heard it in the correct way. So yeah.
Making sure your opinion is the most important. Um, well, it's reframing. I want to piggyback on that. Your posture is so much better than the first meeting. So I feel
Kind
like
of
your
more.
self-esteem. Yes, yeah. And,
Not slouching, more
yes,
up.
and your head is high, chin up. So that's a good thing. Well, we're gonna like I said, I want to piggyback on the progress. As far as the job, not having one. Oh, I gotta add, not having one. The progress is hasn't started, but as far as the GED,
that's in progress.
That's in progress.
I'm in school.
Yep.
I'm taking classes. And
transportation is progress. Better housing and job are not, but as you know, GED comes first, or diploma, and then transportation. So how do you feel? Do you feel like you and I will assist you with it, but transportation, you need that to get to the place to attain your diploma or GED. So I will help with that. You bus line or relatives closer to town, because you're so far out. Like what, 20 miles out?
Yeah,
Something
I live in
like
the country. I'm very in the cut.
So what I want to show you is your progress, and the GED is going up. Like it's a graph. Housing hasn't started, so it's down. Transportation is going up because you had some very, very, very intelligent ideas and thoughts for transportation, and the job is still here. But I just wanted to give you an overview so it can boost your confidence even more that you are making progress. But like we talked about with advising, one step at a time. So it's a process. So job and transportation, GED, diploma, and transportation are going up. These two will come up with you tackling these first.
Okay.
So I just wanted to show you the graph. Like I'm not just listening to you and not taking notes. So with pointing out endings, overall, how do you feel with everything that we talked about?
I feel more confident
steps
in what I'm doing, where I know I'm going. So I know each step is gonna get me to accomplish a goal and bettering myself. So I can actually walk out here with my head held high, knowing that I have accomplished something while being here. And it's just not me just sitting here talking. I'm actually making steps I'm actually taking action into them goals. So I feel good about that.
do you feel like, piggying back on, we agreed to meet once a week for the next 3 months, and the goal is by spring to have a job. But right now, I'm sorry, let me piggyback. We need to come up with and I'm so sorry about this. We need to come up with a goal for the diploma. So what do you feel like your time frame is for obtaining a diploma or GED?
I'll give it like since the GED classes, maybe let's give it like I guess 4 to 6 months, maybe, or a little earlier than that, depending.
Well, I'm gonna go back and tap that back into my advising phase. How about we do 2 to 3 months? Because your goal for a job
I gotta see when I'm gonna get so I gotta see how long the classes is gonna
Oh,
be.
okay.
So that's what I'm trying to
Okay,
get
well,
that
you know
done.
what, and I'm glad you said that. We'll save that for the next meeting because what you will do, and I can
So I should talk to
research too.
people
Yes,
and see how long it would take for me to
yes.
get my GED.
And after that, then we can, like I said, everything's a step by step. After that, we can come up with a goal set for that. But as far as a job, we discuss within the next 3 months you want to have a job. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's still a good, since our last meeting, that's still a good time frame? Okay. Okay. So as far as that, talk to them about the GED, and then we'll discuss transportation. Because that comes with everything, getting to and from different places that you need to be, and we'll go from there. But like I said, right now you're doing really well. It's a lot. It's a lot to tackle. So that step by step, like the song, is a process. Anything in life, not just what you're dealing with, sports, school, like anything. So we'll meet again and we'll continue where we left off, and you can tell me what you found out about the GED, and I'll look into it myself, so that way you don't feel like you're doing it alone. I can make some phone calls about that. And how is next Tuesday?
That's fine.
What time? How is 11? We discussed
11.
meeting. Yeah, you've come so far since the last meeting. You didn't want to do 11. So yeah, how do you feel about that? How do you feel like
11 is fine.
Okay. Well, I'm piggyback. How do you feel like since that first meeting? Do you feel like I've helped because you were kind of like,
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 o'clock. Next
you passed
Tuesday.
the test.
Okay. 11 o'clock. Thank you. We'll meet next Tuesday and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you too.
All right. How to do